a health hazard, putting both vendors and the food they sell, like fish, meat and vegetables, at risk of contamination.
Market yauna itezao masila.
Ambona mukatalimera fali. Hakunende bakuyumbera masila biyumbera kwa mula kwa kobizi.
Market kwa aluna mabini aluna ni batu basula ole na kafera ze masila. Kafera linzinji zake na market kuinzima restaurant, kuinzima wacha kuinzima nanda kona kuli lwakula luzielele luli mulu bonele kwa teni. Korera ne lutwelanga kwa Lusaka. Kona manyala la sainzi kwa Mandanga. Onafaruka utakuli korera keleke na bakenisa Mandanga masila inzi kwa market lukupe luli mulu bonele kwa teni. Market mo kwa mula kwa masila kona ali.
According to Market Vice Chairperson Regina Ndalela, the problem comes down to one thing: there are no bins.
Alunasi bini. Kona kuli masila ayumba kelwa fela fafu manamu tukafela wasulera. Chwale lufumana nga uluvu tata pakweza kuli mutu mangi uyumbela fa yumbela kona kulifa kwa kotola alufanga uluvu tata.
She says without a bin, it's hard to stop traders from dumping waste anyhow, and is calling on authorities to act and improve sanitation.
Ni alwa azusa kwa azusa fela kacheno kamuswa mukate amukatofumana kuli fofo muzusa ngapatelo kafa itezi amanyala labakengisa kuli yo uyumbela fale yalufanga butata kyalu ikupela kuli kambe kunani sibini mwendine lukaeza kuli masila alu na mwendine akakusufala kakuli mangi utoyumbela mwabini kono butata bulufumana ulukikuto kwa sibini alungimaza zikipeto ike kutala kusana ni kwa kuhatela hivyo ni ape kuna nzira yefitela kwa teni.
Nchomonyasi Aminwe, Bulozi TV News, MONGU, Western Province.
The Rural Electrification Authority (REA) has expressed concern over the low number of electricity connections in Western Province. According to REA, only 976 households have been connected despite 100,000 connection opportunities being allocated to the province. This was reviewed at a stakeholder meeting at Lewanika General Hospital in MONGU on Tuesday, 14th July, by REA Southern Region Manager, Engineer Wazigwa Mugala. The meeting was aimed at identifying the reasons behind the low uptake of electricity connections and engaging stakeholders on possible solutions to improve access to the national grid. Kutemba Kamishi has more in the following report.
The Rural Electrification Authority (REA) has expressed concern over the low uptake of electricity connections in Western Province, revealing that only 976 households have been connected despite 100,000 connection opportunities allocated to the province. Speaking during a stakeholders meeting at Lewanika General Hospital in MONGU, REA Southern Region Manager Engineer Waziga Mungala said the meeting was convened to identify the factors contributing to low uptake of electricity connection and to engage stakeholders on possible solutions to improve access to the national grid.
We as REA have a set target to increase access to electricity in the rural areas and achieving universal access by the year 2030. We've heard that we can't do this alone. We need collaboration, we need to engage with all the stakeholders in the province. As we are implementing these rural electrification projects, there are certain things that we do. What we want to see is a universal access. People have access to electricity. We implement these projects and connect so that all the rural areas in the province are connected.
Meanwhile, ZESCO Western Zone Engineer Operations Lloyd Daka said the low number of connections is not because residents cannot afford the 300 connection fee charged by ZESCO, but because many households lack the financial resources needed to wire their homes before they can be connected to electricity.
Maybe poles have been installed, the lines have been constructed, and people are not paying or are not connecting. It's basically an issue of sometimes people failing to do their wiring. So maybe we would ask that maybe for RIA to include ready boards on this project, to install ready boards so that we can just be connecting that service cable.
And Western Province Administration Assistant Secretary Mobitelela Sililo said increasing access to electricity in the province is crucial as it has the potential to unlock economic growth across key sectors including education, healthcare, agriculture and small businesses.
For Western Province, increased access to electricity is critical. It has the potential to unlock growth in agriculture, agro-processing, fisheries, tourism, and small-scale enterprise development. These are key priority areas for our
Kutemba Kamiji reporting for Bulozi TV News in MONGU, Western Province.
A total of 1,740 residents in MONGU district are expected to benefit from the revised Cash for Work program, with implementation set to begin on July 18, 2026. The MONGU Municipal Council says 54 data clerks have been deployed across the district's 27 wards in MONGU Central and Nalikwanda constituents to register interested participants ahead of the program's rollout. Meanwhile, some residents have appealed to the authorities to ensure that the program is implemented transparently, alleging that the beneficiary selection process has previously been marred by corruption.
Following the allocation of funds by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to the local authority for the implementation of the July 2026 revised Cash for Work program, the MONGU Municipal Council has commenced the implementation of the program in the district, with works slated to commence on 18th July 2026.
As MONGU Municipal Council, we have commenced the implementation of the revised Cash for Work program, with the actual work starting on the 18th of July. As a local authority, we have deployed 54 data clerks in all the 27 wards in the district for both MONGU Central and Nalikwanda constituency. A total of 1,043,914 kwacha. And this allocation is expected to benefit a total of 1,740 beneficiaries who will undertake community projects for 10 days and each will receive a wage of 600. These works includes drainage clearing, canal clearing, road clearing, and also the construction of temporary structures such as staff houses and also classrooms.
However, Mulamba Ward residents have raised concern over the yet to commence program, already alleging corrupt activities.
Mavani busiu nyokufitira dispika nge bahueleza kulikamuso mupakele kwa mutata mwengolisa Cash for Work. Alo vitabala bwakuli mangola 55. Cho 55 minamu mbaba 3 something. Kona kuli batuma kuyange babulange babulera kwa mukupalezi. Sibalwa kuli kantifalu na halungoli ni bawe ne batye toto ngola kwa mbangalezi. Nikubwa kuli ye mulambwa abasa ingola happy.
Bangola bamukohola baholi. Bamuse abanga ni usani pilutia. Lelike ateni kisikamanda kwi zeza lanile boni. Cho butate muso utale me bataba bazamange do do bazibe batu bapera mala pabona. Kutuba buli mavizo aluna.
Babani balu welelize busiu bali kutika kusasa ni lupakelele kwa mutata. Bayo lungola. Konolo komokila hulu kuli batu bawa bata batobulela kuliba batakungola fela batu baba 55 tabayo kitabayeni komokila hulu kuli fafili lutule kuli kisira 100 yabakatongola kuli amwa 300 mo mwentunula lokana kutoipomana mwateni kono kache kule kuti seli 55 kono nyuna yaluswanyela kwa njele lozolo pira haita kuluna kafela luna kucha nyuna lola takucha kakuli kafela luna lola utwanga tala mane ba sebabulela bali kuti luna kwa mulamba lusana kutakwa 10 kutomingola twele baba talimela fatabae lwakupa luli kubona kweza kuli abalutalime kweza kuli kandize salungoleli kilikama kunelo lubira la fataba ya 55 kibatu abayinyanya.
Meanwhile, the Ward Development Committee in the area has responded to these allegations.
Lunaki unabapayisile batu kuli bang'oliwe. Kono mwana batu kibona bahaniye kung'oliwa. Apa akunda mono lukaba patela information aizwi kuluna kono izwa kubashemba luna bakanso. Lubabulendu kuinamba balufile kichwana. Kono batu bono bachile kibabangata. Chwe lubabuzize bona bange kuli mutule namba akiye. Loeza chwane. Mane baizasireti kuli baba bakang'oliwa bakato balema kali chapu.
The local authority has since urged all those who will be recruited as beneficiaries to undertake their assigned tasks diligently, responsibly, and with commitment. Mike Moya, for Bulozi TV News in MONGU, Western Province.
Ministry of Community Development and Social Service Permanent Secretary, Technical Service Beatrice Chilimo paid a courtesy call on Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa as part of her working visit to Western Province. Speaking during the courtesy call on 16th July 2026, Chilimo commended the district's improved revenue collection, growing agriculture productivity, and efforts to strengthen food security through the construction of storage sheds. Meanwhile, Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa has praised the positive impact of government's social welfare programs, noting a reduction in complaints from beneficiaries, increased maize production, and the need to expand storage infrastructure to sustain agriculture growth across the province. Mike Moya has more in this report.
The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services says strengthening food security and improving the livelihoods of communities remain among government's key priorities. Technical Services Permanent Secretary Beatrice Chilimo is in Western Province on a working visit. As part of her visit, the Permanent Secretary is expected to officiate at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a storage facility in Limulunga before handing over 1 hammer mill and 10 treadle pumps.
We are here going to Limulunga. We will be helping them in groundbreaking into building the storage facility. Thereafter, we will be handing over 1 hammer mill and 10 treadle pumps.
She has commended Nkeema district for its impressive revenue collection, revealing that the local authority has generated about 1.5 million kwacha from the locally collected revenue.
Kehema is being upgraded to an extent where the little recoveries that they collected, they were able to raise 1.5 million. They did not just sit back to buy any equipment. They decided they should build sheds because they realized that they didn't have enough storage for their farming inputs.
And Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa says government interventions in the social welfare sector continue to yield positive results, with a noticeable decline in complaints from beneficiaries.
The feedback from the ground is all right. We have had a reduction of complaints from the beneficiaries of the services. You are recovering now from the people, and the money is being plowed back into the same communities. Therefore, the people then will see the benefit of paying back duly, and it's because they think it's helping. It's a revolving fund. We have increased maize production, but our trajectories, we are going towards the 10 million metric ton. Just the recent harvest has given us a lot of problems of storage.
Yes.
So we have to increase the storage capacity countrywide, even here in Western Province.
He has further commended the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services for responding to the province's growing development needs. Mike Moya, for Bulozi TV News in MONGU, Western Province.
The Bulozi Royal Establishment BRE has expressed its condolences to the bereaved family and the country at large following the demise of Zambia's former Vice President, Dr. Guy Scott, who died at the age of 82 on 15th July 2026 in Lusaka. In a telephone interview with Bulozi TV News, on behalf of the BRE, the Ngambela Mukela Manyando described late Guy Scott as a leader who was dedicated to serving the people with diligence and humility, saying he was bent on supporting the Lozi culture. He said the late Scotty had a program in Western Province that was focused on making sure that livestock is kept well and healthy, reflecting the love he had for the people of Western Province. Mike Moya has more in the following report.
The Bulozi Royal Establishment has joined the nation in mourning the death of Zambia's former Vice President, Guy Scott, who passed away on Wednesday, 15th July 2026 in Lusaka at the age of 82. As messages of condolences continue from across the country, the BRE has described the late Dr. Scott as a humble and dedicated leader whose service extended beyond politics to improving the lives of ordinary citizens.
Guy Scott kuta ni mulonga ikutule bulutu bobutuna kapalima bulutu bobutuna kasinyehero tuna yeo Guy Scott lwaliva kapela kulineli Vice President kana kwe mamuso wa Zambia kono kwanu kwa Bulozi umziva kakuba mtu yana lata olusido sa Bulozi natanga pa kuomboka manelo lwaziba na tinanga liziba sesindeze muswanela lusebejide niena
BRE Ngambela Mukela Manyando said the late former Vice President demonstrated genuine commitment to the welfare of the people of Western Province, particularly through programs aimed at promoting healthy livestock farming.
Manefa msala hae niena bana ni project yetuna ya mafisa ye kalezi kwa sheke yandubukire manefa seizi kwa sinanga kanalolo nisioma kimusebezi wakubabalela likomu kulisichaba siveni likomu rende zepila hande kitisinye yetuna kuluna kakutimela kwa muna mhulu yo Scott luswabila hulu milula kaleza mabasi ya hae abalelo ya mga bupilo nikombwa mbwa kiena kulibatie hawanze balukisa za kumubuluka swabile shangwe.
The BRE has since conveyed its heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family and to the nation at large, describing the late Guy Scott's passing as a great loss to Zambia. Mike Moya, for Bulozi TV News in the Mulunga District, Western Province.
Some farmers in MONGU district has called on authorities to expedite the announcement of 2026-2027 maize and rice buying price, saying the delay is affecting their planning and livelihood. Speaking to Bulozi TV News, the farmers said a timely communication of the price would help them make informed decision on marketing their produce and prepare adequately for the next farming season. The Food Reserve Agents FRS said the agents who only announce maize and rice price once moisture levels reduce to the required standard of 12.5% and below to ensure it can be stored safely. Mike Moya has more in the following report.
Vanga likazaluna kakuchipa kialukupa kwa musokuli vaeze kaputako simoni silimo kaufela vanu wezanga kama uveve kutusateko kulinuna walimi mfano wa nisasimu misebezi yalo na kaufela izamae kama uveve teko kaufela ya kutafa fasi alukaisa kwa lusaka kaufela itezi raisi chwe mtengo wachipa kona luvilala una walimi kuli mulubonele fateni
niniswana yakuli kambe na lekisa kauveve hani lekisa kauveve ni ma programu akweza seni sana bwitukso wakuli haluka bani haluka limiwa fast limoselu kalanji muhape lube baba itukisize hande kanako nsina halu utakuli mabona na silimose kulelwa kuli pula ina kunela hande luswana kuli mali kuchala lipeu zale ze mena kao bebe zesa tokumeza mangata kona kuli yo itoka bwitukiso tole hakali ya twana maliruka mana gaguza lipeu zale ze tokwa linanga lipeu za kuchala malinanga keturuka belu baba kazi yele jimu kona mweka kutira matasi ape chwalo.
Former MONGU Mayor Nyambe Muyumbana has continued to campaign for President Hakainde Hichilema and all UPND adopted candidates in Western Province ahead of the August 13th general election. Speaking during a campaign meeting in Sesheke district, Muyumbana said there is a need for continuity in government, stating that President Hichilema's leadership deserves another mandate to continue implementing the country's development agenda. Muyumbana said the UPND government has laid out a clear roadmap for economic growth, citing its target of producing 10 million metric tons of maize as part of efforts to strengthen food security and boost agriculture sector. Celestina Mbewe has more in the following report.
Former MONGU Mayor Nyambe Muyumbana has continued to rally support for President Hakainde Hichilema and all UPND adopted candidates in Western Province ahead of the August 13 general election. Speaking to Bulozi TV News during a campaign meeting in Sesheke district, Muyumbana said the country needs continuity in leadership to sustain the development programs initiated by the UPND administration. He said President Hakainde Hichilema has laid a clear development agenda that requires another term to deliver more benefits to the people of Zambia.
Molelo to support my adopted candidate by UPND. One kwa East, Kibokangombe, kwa West Kombizi. Mi message kieswana. Lubatakuli luekeze kupasi java luekeze lufemu tope Hakainde Hichilema mavota mangata kuyacho niba baketule kaufela mu UPND kakuli swelo pililu selu lwa ibona bana balikolo bakenda mahala bane bayocha nikucha balikolo zile size alangi apane manifesto wamboli wakuli kunekubanga ni jimu yakona kweza 5 million metric tons of maize jimu yetu alo ya wabaniona sepakuli yakona yakashwa tala yakona kuloba tala kuli amuka upulahani neba mwana kwa mwana wasi baba harvest ene ya mozwa ulu itozesha 2 million akasheno alwambola chwana silimose pakesa Hakainde kumela ngana kwa situ farmers fertilizer lukonele kweza more than 3 million metric tons kusupeza kuli 5 million yako na kweza hala nikona lukupasi chawa.
Meanwhile, unadopted mayoral aspirant Barbara Siveso echoed Muyumbana's sentiments, urging residents of Sesheke to support President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND candidates in the forthcoming polls.
Adopted. We are here with my brother to support the adopted candidates. Support Wakangobe kwano bina unizi mawese kwa support bomise nukuona kwa president wawe na kichalo ensha kisort sana ensha so Lunami Information we are actually visiting my constituency kaufera na Bulozi mo kuri batu wabone bonde waizi zena HH mshemwa unaweza kuri unanisishemo sasituna mifakulu Hakainde aikeze ni kaza hae unalikuona kuri wabotela makandidates
For Bulozi TV News, Celestina Mbewe, MONGU, Western Province.
UPND National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso has reaffirmed the party's commitment to continue in key government programs, including free education and the social cash transfer, saying President Hakainde Hichilema has a clear vision for improving the lives of Zambians. Speaking during campaign meeting in Senanga district, Liswaniso urged voters to support the UPND's adopted candidates in the August election. Meanwhile, Senanga North parliamentary aspiring candidate Brian Ndumba appealed to residents to vote for him, while Senanga aspiring council chairperson Muya Inambao also called for support from electorates, detailed in the following report.
The United Party for National Development, UPND National Chairperson Gilbert Lisoniso has reaffirmed the party's commitment to sustaining key government programs such as the free education and social cash transfer. Speaking during campaign meetings in Senanga, Lisoniso urged residents to vote for the UPND's adopted candidates in the August elections to ensure continued development in the area.
Yakubona kuli yo hakaenda akataha ukatsa sikolo samahala kuli mangi ni mangi afuma ni mateka ne munani pono yakubona kuli uchembere waluna ukahola mashelengi amangada mane niluna ukakupa kwena yatokutaimu Zambia neruzi wakuli makwasha nibona wakanga pateni baba ni mututu wakanga pateni sha nona ni pono 2015-2016 akainda abauzwali ketsaza hai norubula kuli akuna yakona kumpa voti akainde bamutoile nelimanga norubula lamo kwaluka imatongo takainde baba koni kumpa voti baba itataba kona rutile kwanu nikumibula kuli batili usipili walukasheni niwona 2017 akainde bamutama anatile kwanu basizo saluna bachembere baka bashemi baka makarabule pela akainde walipiruza mina mubwela kuli yo akainde bamuzema election ya hae hawa bafateni bamwisa kwa mukobe twamubulaye nitapiruza mina kwanu kaimatongo zamstwala mwabulani staba kaufela mwazambi.
Meanwhile, various adopted UPND candidates have appealed to voters to support their candidature, pledging to work for the development of Senanga. For Bulozi TV News, Celestina Mbewe, MONGU, Western Province.
We've come to the end of the events of the week, but before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. BRE MOURNS led former Vice President Guy Scott. Mandanga traders appeal for waste management. RIA consent over low electricity connections in Western Province. MONGU rice farmers press for 2026-2027 rice prices. You can always watch our bulletin on TopStar Channel 120 in MONGU, Limulunga, Nalolo, Lusaka, Chongwe, Chilanga, parts of Senanga, Kalawo, Lufunsa and surrounding areas, and on Facebook, Bulozi TV. I'm Kutemba Kamiji. Good evening. Keep watching Bulozi TV, the pride of Barose.